Please don't be ugly. Please don't be ugly. Please. Please. Oh my God! I'm your mom, and I think you're gonna be a girl. Go.
Hi, I'm your dad.
You the who? Girl, hush now. That's that girl baby daddy. The pappy? Girl, the pappy. Ooh. Bless her heart, bless her heart.
I'm your mom, and I think you're gonna be a girl. Go.
Hi, I'm your dad.
You the who? Girl, hush now. That's that girl baby daddy. The pappy? Girl, the pappy. Ooh. Bless her heart, bless her heart.
So I went to Popeyes, and this happened.
The chicken sandwich combo, and they just gave me fries in the bag, y'all.
Till I'm dead, I know that he watching. Left my ex bitch cause she toxic. Got this new bitch, now we toxic.
Can't cat, I be toxic. Damn. Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know this is not. Now, the guardianship that she's referring to is Wells Fargo basically stating that she is no longer fit to have control of her funds. Now, in that video, she also goes on to say that she had a doctor who released some information to Lori Schiller and medical records that she never herself received, but they were released about her. She also went on to say that she had fired that doctor and she has no idea what information is out there about her. Now, this is where I start to say that things look a little bit fishy, because there's a long line of this all connecting. You see, in June, her show of a successful 13 years just came to an end. And not only that, oh no, of course not. On its final season, they had someone else sitting in her chair. They had Sherri Shepherd not only close out the season, but actually launch the season back in October. Now, the reason I refer to her launching it back in October is because in September, before this all happened, she was in the press or all over the place because she was vaping. And that was cause for concern then because she has Graves' disease, which is an autoimmune disease, and it affects her thyroid. So obviously smoking is not a good idea. Anyway, furthermore, she was also in the tabloids around that time about possibly abusing alcohol. So while fans are speculating that it might be due to the fact that she's had health concerns for the past 2 years that have kept her kind of off the air, that is the reason that the show came to an end, I'm speculating that maybe she might have been pushed out the door and she was not at all in agreement with the terms, despite the fact that I saw this clip.
Any new projects you're working on now that your show's over?
Oh, excuse me. I love Morton Ira, and we bowed out gracefully.
All right.
I don't believe it.
What I do believe is that it's really messed up that her brother is in the press not taking her side or having her back, or just being quiet if you're not going to have her back. So her brother recently spoke up and said that it's really sad the way that she's acting. Pause the read. But I just want to unpack the fact that early 2021, he was also attacking her in the press for the fact that she didn't show up to her mother's funeral. I mean, seriously, listen to this woman's life. 2019, find out my husband is about to have a love baby. File for divorce after finding out said information. Check myself into a sobriety facility so that I can keep myself from relapsing. End up checking into a hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. Finalize my divorce. My mother dies. My brother attacks me at the beginning of the next year for not going to her funeral. Same brother now on the side of the manager stepping up to say that she's not getting married and it's so sad. I honestly think it's so sad that you're her brother and you're not standing up for her. I kind of feel like the whole situation with the mom and the weight, I feel like you were not a supportive sibling at all. I feel like if she had anywhere to run, it wasn't to you. I also feel like you just a hater, bro. Like, you might have a show, but it's not the Wendy Williams show. Anyway, it don't even matter because I ain't got my own show yet either. So it don't matter because my show is coming. Furthermore, because I'm off topic, what I am trying to say is it seems like there's a plot to destroy this woman's life. And if there is not a plot to destroy this woman's life, there is a history of mental health issues. And she is extremely stressed and she needs help. So I'm sending my prayers and I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you think? Tell me what you think. In the comments down below, I'll start the discussion with a pinned comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But that is all for today, y'all. I love you and thank you for joining me for tonight's tea. Tonight was the 7th episode, Wendy. And I am concerned, as are we all. So tell me your thoughts, questions, concerns in the comments down below. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. But for now, let's talk about the tea. So, first one says, trust your identity. Be in touch with your reality. Ooh, Lord. I think that means live your truth, baby. Live your truth. Don't let anybody else define your truth. And I think that's what Wendy's doing. She's living her truth. So I'm really interested in knowing if she has a husband or not. I want to know. Now, when your inner and outer words harmonize, your relationships do too. Baby, listen, Wendy said, I'm married and I don't care who knows I'm married. Y'all, I can't wait to find out what's really true. But that is it for tonight's tea. I hope you enjoyed me and I'll see you under the next moon. Stay tuned. Bye, baby. Mind you, at the end of 2020 is when her mother died, and at the beginning of 2020 is when she finalized her divorce after finding out that her now ex-husband was having a love baby and had had a mistress for a whole 15 years during their marriage. And not only that, finding out that the whole marriage was just toxic in itself, and knowing that her producers were trying to push her off the air. There was even a story that broke out about her being drunk and the producers coming in, or her management team coming in to check on her. And when they were trying to help her stripping and touching on herself. And again, the producers want her off the air. So we can say that this being leaked to the press, it could have been stretched. It could have been all kind of discombobulated lie. But in the end of it, you again have Wendy standing alone. And I'm sad to say, a lot of people are saying that Wendy has herself to blame. And that's due to Wendy's career basically being a career of bashing other people. I have no better terms. I was going to say stabbing. I was going to say being ruthless. I was going to say calling out stuff that we don't know if it was true, but really just rubbing people's name in the dirt. Anyway, whether or not y'all like Wendy, I think that our prayers should be with her. I think that if we watch that first clip again, that looked like a little lover spat, so whoever that guy is might be the hubby. I also think in her lymphedema video, when she was showing everybody her foot, she was talking to him. But that's all speculation, so don't quote me on that. However, I will leave in the description of my YouTube video all the links to everybody that I cited or everything that I talked about in this video where I got my information from. But aside from that, I am super concerned about Wendy Williams, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, y'all already knew about the lymphedema and the Graves' disease because that was already public knowledge. Like, that was prior knowledge. But now that she's looking the way that she's looking and appearing the way that she's appearing as far as just mentally, I'm concerned because I also want to draw the line back to the divorce. When she found out that her husband was about to have a love child, Wendy checked herself into a sobriety home to make sure that she didn't relapse. Shortly after checking into that sobriety home, she was checked into a mental health facility. And by that, I mean the psychiatric ward inside of a hospital for them to do a psychiatric evaluation. So for that to have happened in 2019, we get to 2020, and that's what all the fans are saying. That's why the show is ending, because she was gone for health reasons. I'm saying mentally, she's just been strained, man.
The Crown in theaters and IMAX August 23rd. True love never dies. Okay, this is awkward. See you in the movies.
Like a dungeon dragon, you done fell off your wagon. It's okay, I'm here to live dreams I could only imagine. Started from the bottom, but I'ma make it to a mansion. Got the devil chasing me, but I got him panting. But it's okay, cause I'm looking at my crowd and I hear him chanting. Baby, you can't stop me, can you only imagine? When I make it to the top, the things that I'm gon' scanting. Ooh, I be shaking my move and I be down here to groove. So you can't do nothing but move up out my way and see what I came to do. Cause my name is T Monet and you can't do nothing but see me, boo, making my way up onto where I came to boogie down and show you that you cannot make this girl frown. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I came to boogie down. Boogie, 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 boogie down. Yeah, yeah. Love is on its way to you. Don't believe me? Look down below. There are no words and no hashtags. Basically no reason at all that you should be here. And yet, here we are. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and tap that like button. That big, pretty heart. Next, I'd like you to go in the comment section and comment a heart. I'd also like you to tap that follow button, angels. Let's stay connected. And last but not least, I want you to understand that the only reason you're here is because of the frequency. So I'd like you to stay on that frequency. Visualize what love is for you. Visualize how it would be to become one from two. And visualize what happiness and love can be for you. I love you guys, and I can't wait to hear from you, boo. So feel free to stitch or duet this too. Bye. What's poppin', Royals, and welcome back to the Late Night Tea with your hostess with the mostest, your girl Queen T, aka the.rising.star on Instagram and TikTok. Now, without further ado, let's get into tonight's tea. Wendy Williams, that is, causing concern amongst not just her fans, but the general public with a couple of clips that have been circulating the internet with her seeming a little off. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this.
Well, my American Express is broken, so I got to take care of that. I apologize. How do I look?
Right. You look great. Yes, phenomenal. How's it?
Clearly, I look 30.
You look great, Wendy. We love you.
Thank you. You already did that. Where are we going? What is it for? TMZ.
But what you got to say for the camera?
He's out by getting stuff.
Now, I feel like the video doesn't do enough justice to the whole, like, why we're concerned about her health. This is how she looks on a normal day, I'm assuming. This is the way she looked in that video. And you can see there's obviously a stark difference between those two photos. So this is obviously a reason for everybody to be concerned about her health. But even if we weren't talking about just the way her physique and her body is looking, because that seems to be the optimal focus of everybody that's just looking at pictures, everybody's talking about her legs. Outside of that, the overall scope of the amount of stress that I believe she's under, this is just my take on the situation. Let's dial way back and talk about everything that we just took in. First things first. In this first clip, she went up to the car and asked, "Where am I flying?" And then said, "No, that's not where I'm flying." She looks extremely disoriented. Then we get to the next clip and she's showing off a ring and she's saying he's out buying stuff, which I'm not gonna lie, if you're watching it, it looks like she's lying. But it also kind of looks like she's still not in her right mind. Furthermore, her manager and her brother went forward to say that she isn't married to anyone at all. And then Wendy went on to double down and say that she is married. She went on air to say, I don't care who knows. I'm married. Now, obviously, if she isn't married, her portraying that is cause for concern as well. But now let's bring it all the way back to March, when she went on Instagram Live to tell everybody that she's having money issues with Wells Fargo. However, there is so much more to that story. So let me run that clip next.
Y'all, I am crying. Literally crying. So story time. Your girl might as well be on America's Most Wanted list because apparently this young lady right here, yes, this one right here, yours truly, has a ticket out that she didn't even know she had out, bro. Like, I mean, come to find out that I had this ticket because I just incurred another. Did 60 and a 30, something I do regularly, but thought I was gonna get away with it because, I mean, I do it regularly. God said not today. Today, disciple of Jesus, you will learn how to follow the laws of the land as it says in the Bible. You may not agree with them, honey, but today you will be disciplined. Funny story, the sermon was about discipline today, and your girl still sped. Guess what, Jesus? I got pulled over. I'm your mom, and I think you're gonna be a girl. Go.
Hi, I'm your dad.
You the who? Girl, hush now. That's that girl baby daddy. The pappy? Girl, the pappy. Ooh. Bless her heart.